Hey, what's up? So we couldn't do a cooking demonstration in the classroom, but what we can do is do one at home. So this is the best I could do. I hope it works out. That's Argos. Say hi, Argos. He's gonna help me out here. All right, buddy? All right, yeah, it's crazy. So what we see here, these are the ingredients. So we wanna get a good shot of the ingredients. Come on over. We got chicken. We have, here, come around to this side.
All right.
So yeah, there you go. All right, so we got chicken, right?
Yeah.
We're making chicken saltimbocca, my version. And today's gonna be a little condensed because it's freaking 5:25 on a weeknight. So I'm not adding mushrooms. It would take a little longer to do mushrooms. So this is the basic. All right, so we got chicken. We have prosciutto. Well, if you're Italian, you say prosciutto. If you're like American or from Glen Burnie, you say prosciutto, right? But it's like a dried cured ham. This is Swiss cheese. Everyone knows Swiss, not Grigsby's cheese. Not as good as Grigsby's cheese. Griggs! Right? We have Marsala cooking wine. All right, now we are going to be cooking with this, but it's going to, all the alcohol, which you're hoping is going to be in there, is going to be gone. All right, it cooks off right away with the heat. I'm not using that much. This is an overkill. All right, and we've got chicken stock. All right, so these are the basics. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to trim this chicken. So what we do, and you see I'm holding this giant Thor's hammer. All right, we got two sides. We have a large side and a little skinny side here. What this is going to do is flatten out the chicken, and we're going to show you that in a minute. So I'll put this down. First thing, you got to trim this, right? So you take a look at the chicken breast. My hands are already washed, okay? Right here, this is where the breast connects to like the actual breastbone, and sometimes you get a little bit of cartilage there. So you definitely want to cut that part off, right? Because, you can cook it, but that's going to look nasty. Now, fat is flavor, but for this one, we can cut that off. So you flip the chicken breast over, you notice we still got a little, this is part of the rib meat. So we're gonna cut that off right there. And then this again is some more connective tissue. So we're gonna kind of snip around it. Some people leave it on. If you're grilling, you can totally leave it on if you're grilling, but we're not grilling. All right, and there it is. All right, that's a good trim breast and ready to go. So that's what we do. Now this, I would love my dog to give. I'm not giving it to my dog because they'll like go crazy and I'm not picking up after them all night. So I'm just gonna set that aside for now. The next step, and I'm going to do that to all these, okay? Well, you don't have to watch that because it'll be incredibly boring. All right, so Thor's hammer. Now, you should put, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could use a roller pin. You could take plastic wrap. Basically, the kosher way to do this is plastic wrap over the chicken breast, and then you hammer it. What that does is keeps all like the bits from flying all over the place. And, I don't know, it's a little more sanitary. I'm at home. He doesn't mind the bits. Look at him. I don't care. All right. And right. So I'm just going to go right into it. All right. And hopefully I don't get covered in shrapnel. So I start from the center and you work your way out. It's going to flatten it and it's going to flatten it and it's going to tenderize it at the same time. Right. That's the whole idea. And it'll cook faster that way. So we just kind of take out your frustrations like this. You see it starts to flatten out. That's right. Take out, not too hard. You don't want to go all the way through. And just when you think it's done, we're gonna flip that over. As you see, it's totally, work your way out. Boom, boom, boom. There's a little shrapnel right there. That's totally acceptable in this household. All right, there it is. See, as you see, it starts to tear a little bit. That's okay. All right, that is a flattened, tenderized piece of chicken and ready for the next step. All right, thank you. We'll be right back, and it's all gonna be done in like 2 seconds. That was quick. All right, so we have a mountain of raw chicken. So I'm gonna make my daughter give it a try, see how it is.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, so what we do is, this is the next step. So we have some more ingredients I didn't really mention before. Basic, we have eggs, we have flour, and what you do, you can season the chicken individually with salt and pepper. I like to use sea salt. However, that would take forever. So it's smarter to season the flour. So I already put about a tablespoon of, not a little less than that, of salt. I would say half a tablespoon of salt in there with the black pepper, and you stir it. So basically what we have now is seasoned flour. So they evenly coat all the pieces of chicken. So problem solved. Now this is just egg. I didn't add any milk or anything to it. It's just beaten egg. And what that's gonna do is help kind of that flour adhere to it, and it's gonna form not a paste, but like a coating. And as we cook and saute this and add the marsala wine and the chicken broth, it's going to thicken the broth into like a gravy sort of thing, so which will be good. So the first step, right, this is all basic, right? You've probably seen all this before. Take your chicken, all right, and egg first, real light. Don't even need that much. All right, and boom, in the flour. You don't need a real heavy. We're not making fried chicken. All right, we're just doing a basic coating. And that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on these. Next step is we're gonna fry up these bad boys. Luke, pay attention. Put your phone down and pay attention. All right, so the next step, we got olive oil. All right, olive oil gives it a lot of taste. Not fantastic for frying. Why? Because the olive oil can actually break down and burn pretty quickly. So I started it on high, and I'm gonna turn it down to like a medium. Only because you don't want it to burn, it'll get a little acrid. I'm not adding garlic to this, just you can add garlic. The danger with garlic is you burn it, and burnt garlic is very bitter. So we're gonna leave the garlic out, no big deal. All right, so we got our chicken right here. We got our oil is ready to go. You only need, I put about a quarter cup, not even, maybe like 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil. And the next step is chicken. All right, so, boop. Now this is the largest pan I have. But this is where the magic happens. Boop. I can fit, looks like I can fit 3 in here. And boop. All right. So when we come back, you'll see you want to do that till it's a nice golden brown. It's going to take 3 or 4 minutes on the side. See you in about 4 minutes. Come on, Daisy dog. We're cooking. Who's cooking? Who's cooking? I'm in doggy. Oh. Sorry. Let's get back. All right. So these are cooking about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. As you can see, they start to get a little like, tan around the edges. Means they're probably brown. Look at that. Nice. You got a little crust on there. We'll flip this one over. Perfect. And you see it's a small little crust right on there, and that's exactly what you want. This one's a little thicker and has a little more time to go, and that's okay. So we're gonna flip that over. We're gonna get all these going, and then I'll show you how to top these and make it perfect. Hey folks, we're back. All right, so there it is. There is now, some of the chicken's not cooked all the way through, and that's okay because the next part is gonna get steamed and it's gonna cooked in a liquid, so it's gonna totally cook off that way. You don't wanna overcook chicken because it'll get too tough. So, the first part, here's our pan. Now I dumped out the oil. Olive oil is okay for you, but you don't want all that olive oil in. And I wipe it down with a paper towel. You want all that goodness in there because what we're gonna do is a technique called deglazing. So I'm gonna turn the oven back on to medium heat, medium high. Now this is that marsala wine that you're all excited about. I'm gonna use a wooden spoon. Wooden spoon, this way I'm not hurting the pan and it can scrape up all that goodness. All right, so you're gonna hear a there it is. I'm putting in 2 tablespoons, maybe a quarter cup, not even. I'm gonna turn up the heat. I wanna boil that off. So right now all that alcohol is boil it off, no wine in there. You're just getting nothing but flavor. Now, you never want to stick your head over something because you could totally get a steam burn. So you always use your hand. Oh, that's good. All right, now if you had mushrooms right now, now's the time to add your mushrooms because mushrooms are sponges. They soak up anything you put them in. So in this case, it would soak up a lot of the flavor of the marsala, which is basically like a sherry. So we're not going to do that because I don't have time, and it's like now 6:19. And I'm getting hungry and my family's getting irritated. So, I'm gonna let that go just until it boils down a little bit. See, all that steam is mostly the alcohol's already gone. So right now all we left is flavor. Now the next step is chicken broth. Now people measure, I don't measure, I don't know. I'm not a baker. So what I'm gonna do is add about a quarter, maybe half a cup of chicken broth. Right in. Just enough, all right? Just enough to go to a little bit of a broth here. And what's gonna happen is you get all those bits up right there. Let it come to a boil when it starts boiling, which will be very soon. And then I'm gonna add the chicken right in there. And when we do that, we'll come right back. Okay, so as you see, it's come to a boil. I'm gonna give it a little stir. I turned the temperature down to about medium heat. Now we add the chicken. So, same thing. I'm gonna use my tongs, which are right here. And we're just gonna place the chicken in. Now it doesn't matter. You normally don't want to overcrowd a pan because then things get steamed and not cooked properly. But we've already done most of cooking. So what we're gonna do is get as many of these bad boys in. You notice I have a second pan going. Get more done since I'm cooking for a whole class. I think I'll be able to fit 4 in here, no problem. Let's see here. There we go. 4 goes in this bad boy. This one just fell apart. We'll just cut that sucker in. Let's do, here we go. 2, right? No, 2,
Wow.
this is 3. Did I just splash you?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's probably good. I don't want too much more in there. I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium on this one too. As you see, it's cooking up. That sauce is gonna get nice and thick. Now the magic. All right, this prosciutto we talked about.
Ooh,
This is where, see? This is where the magic happens. What do you think this, what does this taste like, Han?
Just like, I don't know.
Can I get you on
Goodness.
video?
Sure.
Yeah, here we go. And swap. There she is.
Hi,
All right,
folks.
explain to folks, what does that taste like?
Oh, goodness.
Goodness, well, is it salty? Is it sweet? What does it taste like?
It's salty.
Uh-huh.
It's just like, it's like a sandwich meat, but like fancy.
There it is.
You know?
Dog.
He
Okay.
wants some of that.
All right, so what we do is we're gonna put some of this right on. Now, this is, I bought prepackaged, and when prepackaged, they put this silly film on it, and it makes it really hard. You can get it cut by the butcher, and it's like twice as expensive. Well, maybe not twice as expensive.
Oh, I'm gonna steal
It doesn't have to be perfect, because on top of this is going to be, I'm gonna turn this down, is going to be that Swiss cheese that I showed you. Sorry, Greg's. I really should have gotten Grigsby's cheese, because actually his cheese is really good for melting, apparently. So maybe next time I make this, we'll do it a la Grigsby. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this prosciutto on, and we'll come back, I'll show you the Swiss magic. Later. All right, there we go, we got it on. Next, cheese. I'm just gonna put a slice on. This is basic. Kind of like a chicken parm, like a ish, right? Without the mozzarella and the tomato sauce, a little different, a little fancier. Now there are so many different varieties of these. This is the one I grew up with, so it's different. You just read the blog that I wrote, right, about this. So this is very similar to what I had. Now I could add sage, but I didn't add any sage. Sage is like a major component of this. We're leaving that out for today because I don't have time. All right, so that looks like that's good with the cheese, right? What do you think? Add a little more? I'm dropping all sorts of stuff on the floor.
Geez. I think that's good enough.
The class right now is going, more cheese, more cheese, more cheese.
Same.
All right. Okay. All right. So now, lid, right? You put a lid on it, let that melt down. By the time that melts down, it's done. We'll see you back when it's done. All right, period 3A. Unfortunately, I don't have time to make a ton of chicken, so you're not getting any chicken today, and I probably warned you about that. Maybe another time. However, my daughter here, yes, the Bizzers, she's got a blue mouth. We've been baking really hard, so I couldn't leave you empty-handed. Here, get the dog out of the way. Argos,
Come on.
you ready?
Come on,
So you want to show the class what we've been really working really hard on? Really? There it is. Okay, so you see they've been baking. I think they're about done. Are they done? Yeah, I think they're done. Are they done? Yeah. No, they got to bake some more. All right. These took a long time to make, and that's another tutorial. Okay. And say bye to the class.
Bye.
There we go. All right. Okay, and we're back. This is a finished product. If you want to come over, take a look at the pan. I know it's a little dark in here. All right, if we get it, that's basically what it looks like. I'm going to take it out of the pan, and let's see here. I'm going to use a spatula. All right, watch out, Izzers. All right, we're going to go over here. Now, this is a granite countertop, so you can put hot stuff on granite. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of lean it on there. And there we go. Chicken, salt and boca that flipped over and was saved.
Oh my gosh.
We got that on video.
Oh no.
All right, it's still pretty slippery. There we go. All right, perfect.
Still good.
Look at that one. All right. What does that smell like, Iz?
Chicken.
That smells like chicken? I almost lost that one. It is a little slippery.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. And there we go. I hope you guys like it. Now, the key, what you would do then is drizzle some of this over top and serve it fresh just like that. Since I'm bringing it into you guys and you're getting it nuked, gotta heat it up that way. I'm not gonna be able to pour this on, but the flavor is still there. So there it is, chicken saltimbocca, and good luck. I'm awesome. Who's awesome? You're awesome. So, and the dogs, you wanna say, Daisy, you wanna say goodbye? She's licking the floor.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. All right, guys, see you later.